Birds are singing in the trees, all the leaves are falling in the breeze. The views all around are the best you've seen, living on the land.
Hello! My name is Gerard Lewis Fitzgerald. I'm a friend of Yvette Stubbs, the artist and poet, and she's just captured me today and constrained me to come to her house and eat beautiful food and be creative. Walking along the Cloverly Road today, I was getting closer 'cause I could see the CFA. There to my left was the old primary school house. There lives my friend Yvette with her former spouse. Today we're getting together to be creative, even though most of this music is dated. If you want to listen, you'll have to be sedated. Torture is slow, but the pain is graduated. Hello, I'm playing on Yvette's keyboard. It's not the best keyboard in the world, and I'm not the best player in the world, so I think it works out evenly, don't you?
I see that you find your kitchen wall a very useful place.
Yeah, I am always putting the paintings I'm working on up there. I just hang them up there and then I take them down and put them in exhibitions and work on them and then put new things up. That's why they're higgledy-piggledy. There was a time I had the particularly important, the best artwork up there, but no, I take them down and fiddle around. So really there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Now, what's happened to that rooster's head?
That painting came about during the arts frenzy. I was organising it for Baw Baw Arts Alliance, and part of the still life happened to be a chook, and I happened to have a big dollop of red paint on my canvas, so I made that the head and the chook is at the bottom. No rhyme or reason. It's not completed, that artwork, of course.
I really like that sheep. You keep sheep here, don't you? Tell me about that beautiful sheep's face.
I did that piece quite a while ago. When I first got sheep, they were so impressive. Sheep are so gentle. They're very easy to keep. You just have to give them water and they eat the grass. And you get them shorn and drench them once a year. That is it. So why wouldn't you just love them? And we were breeding at the time, had little babies. Whatever I'm doing at the time comes out of my artwork.
That's a beautiful sheep. That little one down there makes me think of someone adrift in a wild sea in a lifeboat or a raft.
That's fabulous, and that's exactly what it is to you.
Oh!
That's a piece I did as Art in the Streets. And Art in the Streets was a bunch of artists, about 32 of them, run by a lovely lady named Bronwyn and Janet. And we all did Art in the Streets. That's one of the pieces that came out of that.
How about this? The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat.
They took some money and plenty of honey wrapped up. No, they didn't take money because
Yes,
they wrapped
they
it
did,
up.
didn't
Well,
they?
didn't they wrap it up in a £10 note? So how would they take money? Did they? Look, we really get to get our facts straight. They took some money and plenty of honey wrapped up in a £5 note. This is called Mona Lisa's Breasts. I carried these for you. Look at my face. I carried these for you. these once your child's. You who slept in the warmth of these breasts, who suckled great pleasure from their flesh, I carried these for you. You who rolled your face and body in their soft cleft, fondled and play-dohed their shape into a cradle for your lust, I carried these for you, the man I trusted. I covered their largesse from other men's view. I carried these for you. Now I take them back, you who knew not how to treat us. I remove your playthings, you who hurt them and abused us. I reclaim them. They belong to me. I remember now. I carry them away from you, you who don't deserve them anymore. I carry them for me now. And let the world know we, the breast carriers, can turn our breastless backs on your possession of our whole any time we want to. I no longer carry these for you.
Now you've turned up for Creative Thursday.
Yes.
Oh, yum. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was.
Yeah, until you open your mouth and pop one in.
Come on, Yvette, what have you got in here? Oh, beautiful brushes.
Do I have a theme? Okay. My name's Gerard, by the way. And so I just come to Yvette's place on a Thursday, on a Creative Thursday, and just open up the book, and so I'll just start drawing, and the components or the ingredients or the constituents in this drawing, it just came to me. So I just ended up drawing this guy first. Oh, I don't know if you can see. This guy first of all. And then I added in, I thought I was going to put an animal, so I've made a half human as a sort of hybrid, what do you call them, a chimera, sort of a beast made of different, but it's a child. And the caption is going to be, I'm not going to say what the caption is, but it's going to relate to something that Meredith, who's sitting there, painting away, mentioned about a car before, about French cars. So I've just got this man reading a newspaper, and I'm just trying to add detail into the print or have a suggestion, as in just getting this texture and doing lines as if that's print.
There's this beautiful little bit of landscape on the way to Blue Rock Lake. Do you know Blue Rock Lake?
Mm-hmm.
Where I go to swim. I've been wanting to paint it for a long time. And I was going to do it today, but this is the first attempt at it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I've got some papadum bound backwards.
Pop it down backwards.
Yep.
When it went in your mouth.
Kind of went maybe down my windpipe.
Oh no, that's not when you'd be choking, you'd be gasping.
I's would turn into J's, the U's will turn into C's, and just gets all jumbled up inside my head. The H's or the P's will be Q's because they flip over backwards. D's and B's are like my least favourite because it makes me feel when they're in lowercase they switch around. Frustrated, makes me sick, angry, makes me sick, frustrated. I's will turn into J's, the U's will turn into C's, and frustrated, jumbled up inside my head. Angry, makes me sick. I want to read, but there are pom-poms in my head. Makes me sick. I stare at the page and I can't read. I's will turn into J's, the U's will turn into C's. I feel so inadequate, it's all jumbled like everyone else. The H's will read, but I can't. P's will be Q's because they feel so inadequate. D's and B's like everyone else. Least favourite. Able to read, but I can't. When they're in lowercase, they switch around. I'll get it completely wrong. I read the same line over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. I feel stupid. I feel like I should be able to read, but I can't. So I just give up. Wasn't any enjoyment out of reading. It was too hard. Why would I want to read something that's hard? There's no enjoyment here. I just didn't understand why so many people would like to read and they could read so many books when I couldn't, and I didn't know why. Just stopped reading books after a while. And it's not like once you know why it goes away. Stays with you the whole time. You know, I'll be 80 and still not really be able to read properly. I want to read, but there are pom-poms in my head.
It was late one night that Farmer Brown had lost his little lamb. He wondered if she'd somehow slipped down the hill into the dam. He couldn't see 'cause it was dark, he wished he'd bought a torch. He thought he heard a barring sound and he went a bit off course. He tripped on his own gumboot and he landed in the drink. He couldn't feel the bottom and his heart began to sink. Mud was only ankle deep when he realised he might be in trouble. Tried to put his best foot forward, but all he got was a bubble. Oh, mud was creeping up his thighs, dragging his spirit down, sucking him in with an evil grin. He wondered if he might drown. There was no going forward and there was no turning back. Mud was slowly making its way up his butt crack. It wandered through his hairy chest, wrapping its hand round its hairy breasts. Thought of it lapping at his neck. He really thought he was a goner. He prayed to all the gods and Madonna. Then he hit rock bottom and he could see that only the truth can set you free. But I found out a little bit later, he was freed by an excavator. Mud, can you dig it? Yes, we can! Mud, can you dig it? Yes, we can! Mud, can you dig it? Yes, we can! Mud, yes, we can!
Not far. Not fair. Not far. Not fair. Not far.
Aye, but I'm taking the high road. I'm going down the low road. Oh, but I'm taking the high road. I'm taking the low road. I'll take the high road.
Normality.
I'll take the low road. I like change.
I like normality.
I like change.
Earth.
I like normality.
Air.
I like change.
Earth.
Air.
Conspiracy.
Theory. Conspiracy. Theory. Conspiracy.
White.
Theory.
Black.
white. Conspiracy, black. White, black. White, black. White, black. White, black. White, I'm taking the high road. White, the low road. Black, I'm taking the high road. Not far. Black, white, normality. Black, white, black. Not far. I'm taking the high road. Black.
As I was saying to Joyce, very nice to get out. Does you the world of good, cooped up all day. Mind you, I wouldn't want the pox.
Chicken pox 23, they're calling it on the news. Bloody cheek. I hates the news. Very important music, very important voices, but completely devoid of any cutting insight and depth. No grit.
Cousin Wilma's, she's living in one of those big farm camps. Says it's a bit crowded, but lots of food. Apparently some of them are off on holiday next week to Kentucky, the manny says. All right for some, eh? I like being free range myself. No one bossing you about, bit of pecking here and there. And of course, you do get to wander across a bit of art now and then. Where would we be without art, eh? Nice in here though. Colourful, quirky, with a hint of joy. Let's head over to that breast. Get a view across the gallery from there, I reckon. Breast is best, they say. Not far. Wow, you really can see forever. Yay, let's do it! Mona Lisa, here we come! That's not the Mona Lisa.
What if Santa was obsessively compulsive? You know, he made a list and checked it twice. Myself, I must make sure the volume's divisible by 4 when I listen to the stereo at night. Before I go to work, I nearly drive myself berserk, making sure I've turned off all the lights. I've rearranged my CDs and I'm very, very pleased to say I've colour-coded them from dark to light. My DVDs stacked neatly would annoy me completely if I hadn't made them into stacks of 7. With the evenly spaced columns and the old ones at the bottom, it's obsessively compulsive heaven. Some say it's OCD, but I really can't agree. I think it should be CDO to make it right. And then the acronym would be arranged alphabetically, and I would really sleep much better at night. Before they pass my lips, I like to arrange my potato chips and eat them according to their size. I count my M&Ms and sort them into groups of 10 because I don't like things to be a big surprise. I like to touch the ground and make a funny little sound, whoop whoop, and repeat this every 27 steps. And you might think I'm queer, but before I drink my beer, I like to circle it and burp the alphabet. Some say it's OCD, but I really can't agree. I think it should be CDO to make it right. And then the acronym would be arranged alphabetically, and I would really sleep much better at night. Some say it's OCD, but I really really can't agree. I think it should be CDO to make it right. And then the acronym would be arranged alphabetically, and I would really sleep much better at night. Yes, I would really sleep much better at night.
Hello. Here we are at one of your Creative Thursdays, and I have noticed that there's been quite a change of paintings on your wall. This is obviously just the way things are here.
Yeah, it's called the rotation of art, and I've got to say that I always redecorate. Meredith's laughing in the background, if you're wondering. She thinks that me calling it the rotation of art, she thinks I might have just made that up. And as if I would, because I'm not like that. I have names for everything I do. Yeah, it's the art rotation syllabus.
Right, well, I'm actually quite taken by that new one over there.
That was a demonstration I was doing to kids to show them how they can paint figures, and they're called carrot people. So you paint something that looks like a carrot, and then you put a little thing that looks like a leg, and then you put a dot on the top, and that is your carrot people. You could paint them too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's when you were with those kids, and they suddenly became brilliant at painting humans.
Yeah, just easy peasy. So that's the way it goes.
How did you think of carrots?
I didn't. I saw it online, I think on YouTube, a very, very old video of a guy who was painting all these crazy things. Really interesting. I went, oh, that's an interesting concept. Let's try carrots.
Well, you've got the carrot colour happening on the outside. Everything's arsey-uppy, hunky-dory, isn't it? Wonderful. And the carrots is kind of above ground, below ground. Everyone's here and there.
I don't even know why I explain my artwork, because I think you do it much better. Arsey, what was it? I don't know. Uppy, downy, arsey, dory or something, yeah.
Something like.
And that's just a wash behind it. Just how I normally start my artwork.
Arse, about face. Now it's backwards.
Now, the carrot people painting, I find that I am ineffably lost for words.
Ineffably, look, I'm lost for the fact that you are lost for words.
I think Manny Patinkin, who was in The Princess Bride as that Spaniard guy, remember how he used to say, every time the guy said, inconceivable, he'd say, I don't really think you know what that word means. Do you know what that word means? I don't think you know what that word means. I know, inimitable, you can't be imitated. Does that mean you can't be effed? No one can swear at you?
I'll put you out of your misery. If something is ineffable, it is beyond description.
Ineffable as opposed to inevitable.
Because you just added a syllable there. It sounded like inevitable.
There's no real adjective that can describe it, and I find the carrot painting somewhat of that nature. And that's a lovely carrot background wash.
Excellent. That's a great word. I'll remind myself never to use it because I can't seem to say it. I'm going to call it ineffable.
Yo estoy dibujando
Right.
un hombre con un muchacho, un chico con la cabeza de un caballo.
Yeah, you know what? What the problem is right now is they're all starving, and artists, when they're hungry, start to speak in tongues. So I think we probably need to go and eat. Do you think that's the way to go?
I think that's a great idea.
Birds are singing in the trees, all the leaves are falling in the breeze. The views all around are the best you've seen, living on the land. Take another stroll in the morning sun. The sun's always brighter when the spring's begun. Family all together when the day is done.